We going to win. Former CIA official sends threatening message to Trump on live TV. The recent declassification of the FISA Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act memo was vigorously resisted by members of the FBI and Department of Justice (DOJ), the mainstream media, and Democrats in general. When word got around that the memo release was imminent, resistors started pulling out all stops, and one particularly virulent pundit went too far. On CNN The Situation Room, former intelligence agent Phil Mudd issued a warning to President Donald Trump, saying that intelligence agencies would respond to the release of the memo as follows: "You been around for 13 months. We been around since 1908. I know how this game is going to be played, and we going to win." The more rational individuals see the FISA memo as an opportunity to reform some of America's most important intelligence and security agencies by exposing those corrupting them. Mudd, on the other hand, sees it as a part of an ongoing war within the executive branch, in which President Trump is enemy number one. We going to win. Mudd worked for both the CIA and FBI, specializing in counterterrorism, up until his retirement in 2010. Now, he spends his time as an analyst for CNN, and is known for his rather volatile personality, which is put on display whenever he makes a public appearance. Mudd made such an appearance on CNN The Situation Room on Friday. As a former member of the CIA and FBI, Mudd was asked how these agencies would respond to Trump's decision to release the FISA memo, to which he responded, "The president is talking about basically corruption at the FBI today, but we oppose the leadership. The workforce is going to look at this and say, this is an attack on our ability to conduct an investigation with integrity. There are hundreds of agents and analysts working on this investigation. It's not just Christopher Wray, the FBI director. So, the FBI people are going to tell you are ticked, and they going to be saying, I guarantee it, you think you could push us off this because you can try to intimidate the director. You better think again, Mr. President. You been around for 13 months. We been around since 1908. I know how this game is going to be played, and we going to win." This is not the first time Mudd has directed such a statement towards the president. In August, on CNN The Lead, Mudd stated that, "The government is going to kill this guy," referring to Trump, who Mudd believes does not support the government of America. Mudd said in full, "A couple of surprises. Let me give you one. Bottom line, as a former government official, the government is going to kill this guy." He defends Vladimir Putin, their State Department, and CIA officers are coming home. And Ed Langley in Foggy Bottom, CIA and State they saying, "His is how you defend us?" We saw the same thing in his transgender comments. What is the military saying to him on transgender? Show us the policy. You know what that means inside government. Ain't going to happen. What did the Department of Justice say on Paul Manafort? You can say what you want. A judge told us we caused to search his home early in the morning because we don't trust the guy who was your campaign manager. Clouded judgment. In addition to his fierce loyalty towards the FBI and CIA, Mudd clearly harbors hatred towards Republicans, and in particular, President Trump. Such antipathies are readily apparent on Mudd's Twitter account, which contains some outrageous comments. On February 2, the same day that he issued his warning to the president, Mudd posted an especially repulsive message to his Twitter. "I never been the most religious of men, but in the past year the GOP has been target practice on a baseball field, had a train full of members derail, and on the day they released the Nunes memo, the Dow falls 666 points. Pretty sure someone is trying to tell you something, guys." With corruption rampant in the DOJ, Mudd's loyalty to these law enforcement agencies is horrifying. The idea that anyone who crosses law enforcement will become a target is simply un-American. In America, we should be able to criticize law enforcement without fear of reprisals. They should be protecting our freedom, not threatening it. The real danger of Mudd warning to the president is not so much the words themselves, but what is between them: a call for law enforcement agencies to destroy that with which they are entrusted to protect our freedom. Just like President Trump, we won't stand for that.